Let's see.
Uncle Elmer did like midgets, though.
Uncle Elmer?
Yeah. 7'4" hillbilly. Had a midget girlfriend. Yeah.
And he also sold broken Rolexes, fake Rolexes.
Yeah.
He'd come to the show, the TV. He'd go want to buy a Rolex, tell you a fake Rolex for $35, and then he would leave, and before the taping ended, it was broke.
This guy's sitting in the lobby of the Hiltons and the Marriotts and the finest hotels, and Vince is flying around in a Learjet, and he's selling $35 fake fucking Rolexes. Yeah.
Vince loved those hillbilly gimmicks. Oh, it's fucking rotten. I fucking hated them gimmicks.
He's even brought one of them back. Who's back? Godwinn? Henry Hogg?
Yeah. Poor Henry fucking broke his neck in that
Road Warriors
Brawl
broke
for
his
It All.
fucking neck.
Was that?
Yeah, Road Warriors broke his neck.
But then he break it in the Brawl for It All, I thought.
No, they came off the top and then with that finish.
Right.
Anyway, here's what I tell the young guys, and I tell them this. I get serious again just for a second. I give them this story. Here's a Road Warrior. He's been around for 25 years. Mike, the Hawk, whatever Hawk does, and I loved him to death. He was a great guy, fantastic person. I mean, give you a shirt off his back, would never lie, cheat, steal you, nothing. He was good. But he had his demons, like we all do.
Who's that?
Hawk. So, Animal, now these guys have been around 25 years. Now, this Henry Godwinn was goddamn 350 pounds, son of a bitch, and big ass hillbilly. So they got to pick, Animal's got to put him on his shoulders, stand him up for Hawk to come off to give him the clothesline off the top. Well, Animal, I mean, goddamn, this fucking hillbilly's big, man. He's 350 pounds. So Animal gets him up, but he's kind of shaking with him and falling with him as Hawk comes off and hits him. And Animal just had to let him go. He had to let him go. And he flipped back really hard, and the first thing that hit was the back of his head.
That's why I always hated the fact, like I never had to take it, luckily, the flip part, like when the Dudleys do it, they just take a flat back pump, which is 100 times safer, you know what I mean?
But the thing is, you know, here I'm in my 50s.
Right.
You're still in great shape. You could probably pick me up and fall back with me like a tree.
Right.
If I did it
to make you do the flip.
If I picked you up, I'd be shaky,
right,
like they were.
Right.
And it would be, could get fucked up.
But also with the flip makes it a whole, because then you got to launch the guy to make sure he fucking goes. Whereas,
as opposed to it
just going back,
it really should just be a tree falling effect.
Right.
And one time I was in the ring and this young fellow, Scott McGee.
Scott, he was a hell of a worker.
Yeah, before he went to WWF, but we were in Dothan, Alabama, and he was working underneath on the card, and I was the Alabama heavyweight champion. He's finally had a big semi-main event match, and he was all geared up. So in the heat of the whole thing, I take a wild swing up in the air during his comeback. He's to duck, grab me, give me the fucking belly to back, which is a real simple, easy bump. He'd done it to me 100 times. And the first thing that hit was the back of my head. The electricity that I felt in my toes was intense. So we get back to the locker room. I said, "Holy Christ, Scott, you damn near killed me on that. What the fuck happened?" He said, "I got so excited and you were so light. You went up so easy." I said, "Fuck, I'm supposed to go up easy." But after that, the next person that ever tried that with me, I weighed 400 pounds. I laid down. And I made sure that they could never drop me on my head again, ever. Because I tried to do what's right and help the guy and go up, I get dropped on my head. So from then on, never again. And I gave that bump to Savage on a Saturday night main event in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I thought it was a nice, easy little bump. And I just picked him up from waist high and fell back because we're near the ropes. I'm going to get a cover, 1, 2, and he kicks out. After all the shit that happened, Liz Straps falls down and her tits hanging out, and his head's bleeding from the guitar that went down on him and cut him coming back, and the Hearts were holding him, and the Mega Powers were born. He comes back to the locker room and says, "Ooh, I really appreciate if you never give me that bump again." He didn't say thank you for the match. It's fantastic. Now me and Hogan and the Mega Powers, I'm going to go on to make millions as a tag team on top with Hogan. Ooh, don't
Yo, I tell you
He
what.
didn't like going. He was like a cat.
Yeah.
He didn't like going on his back.
Right.
He didn't like going backwards. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
You know what's weird is I can't go forward. I can't take a flat face bump.
I can't either.
Yeah, for some reason I bring my knees
I
up.
just dropped my knees.
Oh,
I figured out how to do it.
yeah,
Drop to both knees and then fall forward.
yeah. You know, so for some reason to go flat,
I can't do the Flair Valentine.
I can do it like that, but I can't do it. But I'm saying I can do it like that. But if somebody gives me a bump, my knees always come up, or I got to put my arms out like I'm flying.
Yeah, I can't do. I can do anything on my back.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm the same way. All right, where we at? All right. Raven didn't wear clothes backstage at TNA until someone complained to prevent Dixie from seeing his horse cock.
Okay.
That's true. That's actually true. I'm a nudist.
Okay. Here's the thing about this, and I'm glad you. Unfortunately, it had to be you that was the butt of it, or the front of it. Come on, Feinstein, take it easy. If you're going to bring the girls into the locker room, if you're going to bring your family members, your friends, your wives, your aunts, your uncles, Grandma Mary, the locker room should be our sanctuary.
Absolutely.
It is a place where people who shouldn't be there. Listen, we've had to, when I was in the WWF, sometimes we worked smaller buildings, and they had Liz on a card, or they had Sonny and maybe Sable. Now here was a good one, Sonny and Sable. When they had a cat fight, they couldn't be in the same locker room. Well, in some of the buildings, there was only 2 locker rooms. Sonny had hers, a big hockey locker room. Sable had hers, a big hockey locker room. And I don't mean hockey is shit, but the wrestlers, we dressed out in the hallway. Now, if they walked out in the hallway, we couldn't be getting our clothes on. I don't get that. If you were going to bring, and I've done this before on the independents, girls, taking my clothes off.
Yeah,
Hey, Bill, you got your dad, your mom and dad. Hey, they've even brought their little children in.
Yeah.
It's like, here,
I hate that.
look.
Or when they bring, just anybody backstage. Look, if you're not one of the boys, get the fuck out of the backstage because you don't belong.
I've seen guys stand there. I don't know what they're doing. And they stand there and they're watching. They're watching me unlace my boots. They're watching me. And I go, who's that fucking guy over there?
I always do that.
Can you, what's he doing in here? We don't know him. Get the fucking guy out of here.
Oh, and you tell that to the security, and they're too embarrassed to do it. I'm like, well, I'd fire all these motherfuckers. That is my biggest pet peeve. In fact,
the fact that you could have been fined or lost your job, or Savage would have won. Oh yeah, you were naked in front of Liz.
there's another one of these rumors too.
Liz walks down the hallway, and we're all getting our clothes off, and we're naked. Or the Nasty Boys in London, he's walking down the hallway at the airport, and he goes, cuts a big fart. He don't know Liz is behind him. Cost him $7,000.
What?
The most expensive fart in the world.
Wow.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.